What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to this episode of Restorations with Vic. For today's episode, we're going to be taking care of these white metallic Jordan 5s from 2015 that need some work. As you can see, these shoes are cooked. We'll be using Reshoevn8r products to bring these shoes back to life. We'll be repainting the leather, removing the yellowing from the plastic areas, and at the end, we're going to give the shoe a nice little twist. So without further ado, let's get it started. To get it started, the first thing I'm going to do is put this shoe to the side for before and after purposes. Next, we're going to remove our shoelaces and insole. All right, good to go with that. Now let's go ahead and grab our shoe tree, adjust it to the size, and insert it inside the shoe. Shoe tree's in place. Now let's go ahead and grab our 4-ounce bottle of solution and squirt 2 squirts inside our bowl. All right, guys, we're all prepped, ready to go. The first brush we're gonna be using is our soft bristle brush so we can start hammering the uppers. Alright guys, all done using the soft bristle brush on the leather of the shoe. There are a couple of stains here and there. The medium bristle brush will get that out, no problem. For right now, while we're using the soft bristle brush, we're going to move on to clean up the tongues and sock liners. Insets are good to go. Now let's move on to our medium bristle brush so we can get those stains out the leather. Uppers are looking great, you guys. We're gonna put the medium bristle brush down and move on to our last brush, which is our stiff bristle, so we can take care of the soles and then put them in the washing machine. All right, soles look good. Before we put the shoe inside the sneaker laundry bag, there's one more thing I gotta do. We're gonna grab my insole. I'm not gonna worry about the shoelace since it is ripped. I'm just gonna go ahead and replace the shoelace. Just throw that to the side. For the insole, we'll be using our soft bristle brush to give it a quick pre-treatment. You guys need to put your shoe tree inside the shoe before you guys put it in the washing machine. This helps remove the creasing. Insole to the washer. Time to deep clean this shoe. All right, guys, as always, you're gonna wanna put the shoe inside the washing machine. Grab and squeeze a full ounce of a Reshoevn8r snake line detergent and pour. Whenever using the washing machine, use cold water with the regular cycle. All right, guys, we are back. We got the shoe at the washing machine. As you can see, it's fully cleaned up, ready to go. We got a clean base to work with thanks to our 3-brush advanced alarm system and our detergent. Now moving on with restoration, we gotta remove some yellowing off the shoe. For the soles, I'm not even gonna bother. The yellowing's too deep. It will take at least 2 to 3 weeks to get it back to icy. I do not have that kind of time for this project, so we're gonna leave it as is. But for the netting and the plastic areas of the shoe, we're gonna try to remove it using Salon Care 40 and the sun. Let's see how it goes. We got the shoe out the sun. As you can see, the sun and the Salon 40 did absolutely nothing to the plastic areas and the netting. Those areas are still super yellow. So for the plastic areas, we're just gonna have to repaint it. For the netting, at the end of the video, we'll see what I come up with. For now, we're just gonna continue prep work. We're gonna use is some cotton balls, some acetone, and we're gonna prep the entire leather and remove the paint off the midsoles. Prep was good to go. We got the factory finish off the uppers, the old paint removed completely off the midsoles. Now it's time to tape up the shoe. For this area, we'll be taping up everything but the white leather and midsole. All taped up, you guys. Off camera, I went outside and sprayed the plastic areas with some Bulldog adhesion promoter. What this stuff does is it helps the paint adhere to the plastic areas. So now the next thing we're gonna do is lay down our paint. We'll be using my airbrush and some opaque white paint. White paint job looks great, you guys. As you can see, it pops all around. We got rid of the dingy yellow midsole. Same thing with the uppers. Now moving on, we gotta take care of the silver on the midsole. The silver goes over here in the triangle and the teeth. It's gonna be a little tricky. I'm gonna be taping and spraying as I go. I'll tape up the first tooth first, I'll spray, then I'll move on to the next tooth, and so on. It's gonna be a little tricky and time consuming, but gotta do it. Good to go with that. That was super tedious. The reason why I airbrushed the paint, not hand painted it, is because the silver paint is super watery. If I would have used a paintbrush to apply it, it would have been super messy and super watery and would have made a mess all over the place. So moving on with this restoration, we gotta go back and touch up the Jumpman using some black paint and a small detail brush. Almost done with this restoration. This shoe's pretty much complete. The uppers are painted, same thing with the midsoles. It's all touched up. The last thing I gotta do is work on these soles. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not gonna remove the yellowing because it's just gonna take way too long, but what I am gonna do is cover it all up using some red sole dye. We're gonna tape up the uppers and apply it using an angular brush. Alright guys, that's going to bring us to an end on this full restoration on these Air Jordan 5 Metallics. These shoes were cooked. Using our 3-brush advancing alarm system and our detergent, we got the shoe fully cleaned up. We also repainted the midsoles and uppers. And at the end, we dyed the soles red to cover up that super nasty yellowing. It's kind of an unconventional technique, but it's sometimes fun to throw your own touch on the shoe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, you guys. This is Vick Almighty. I'll see you guys next Monday.